Hello friends, welcome to Blended Learning and Quiz on Python. This is topic 3, data structures in Python. So in this topic we'll be learning string, list, tuple, set and dictionary. These are the various types of data structures in Python. In Python all these data structures are implemented in the form of classes. So let's see how to use them. So I start my Python interpreter, I get into it. And suppose I want to create a string, so I can simply write a variable name or an object name. And we all know that a string is enclosed in single quotes or double quotes. So I write AIKTC. So this S is a string which is containing a value AIKTC. If I try to see the type of this S, so I will get the class name as str. So this S is an object of a class str. So S is a string and it is having a value AIKTC. Now I can refer to any specific element of the string. What I mean to say that I can refer to any character of the string, and that can be done with the help of indexing it. So I can write the string name and in square brackets the index value. The index value always starts from 0. So S of 0 gives us the first character, then S of 1 gives us the second character, and so on. If I want the last character, and if I do not know the index value of the last character, I can simply write -1. So minus 1 would give me the last character. So that is C. Now this indexing way of accessing the elements of a string can be done with the help of something called as slicing. Now what is done in slicing? For example, if I want some part of the string. So for example, I want to start from the first index value and I want to go up to say the third index value. So I would be getting the character at the 0th index, at the first index, and at the second index. So whatever value we are specifying over here, one value less than this. So it will go like that. And suppose if I do not specify this value, I simply write colon and I do not specify. So it will go to the end, till the end. Now, one more thing in indexing is that this is my start value, which can be anything. For example, I am starting from 1 and I want to end up at say 2, 3. So I am starting from 1, so I, and then I am going up to 2 only. Okay, one value less than this specified value. So in slicing, what can be done? This is my first value or starting value. Then this is my final index value. And then there is one more possibility called as a step value. So by default, the step value is 1. So it simply means that I am starting from the 0th index and then I am going to the first index, then I am going to the second index. If I specify the step value as 2, so what would happen that I am starting with the 0th index and then instead of going to the first index, I would be directly jumping to the second index value because the step value is 2. So if I do not specify the middle value, so it would go up to end. It is starting from 0 and it is having a step value of 2. So this is similar to this AKC. Okay. Now there is one more good thing in this slicing that if I specify a negative, that is -1 index value, or sorry, step value, then in this case, if you see carefully, so what we are getting, the content of S is AIKTC, and if I say S colon colon and the step value is -1, so basically we are getting the reverse of a string. So in Python, it is so easy to get the reverse of a given string. You need to simply write S in square brackets colon colon then -1. So this will give you the uh, reverse of the given string. And be careful that in Python, everything is case sensitive. So your string content and your comparison, everything is case sensitive. So this is about strings. Now, the second important and the most widely used data structure in Python is list. So I can initialize a list object like this, L equals to. in square bracket we need to specify a value. In list you can have any number of values of any type. It can be combination also. So now we have all numbers. So if I simply say the name of my list, so I will getting this, and then you can also have any combination, as I said you, that one number and then one integer number, then a float number, then you can have a string also. So it can be a combination of different types of values. Very well, no issues with that. And then your string can be appended, your string can grow dynamically, sorry, your list can grow dynamically, your list can string dynamically. So it is a data structure which dynamically grows and dynamically strings, so it can be modified, can be deleted. So let me take you back to string. For example, if we have a string AIKTC, and if you see the address of this string, it is this one. And if I make the same object s equals to something else, say co, so it seems that we are modifying the same object s, or we are modifying the same string s, but practically it doesn't happen. So let's see what is the address of s now. So if you see carefully, these are two different addresses. So it means that our object or variable s is not getting modified, and that's why we say that strings in Python are immutable. Immutable means which cannot be changed. Mutable means which can be changed. On the other hand, if you see a list is mutable. You can change the content of a list, you can modify the content of a list. So anything which can be modified is mutable, anything which cannot be modified is immutable. So strings are immutable, a list is mutable. If I want to see, as I said you, that a list is implemented in the form of a class. So if I want to know, okay, what is the type of this L object, so it shows me list. Okay. Now, if I want to see, okay, what are the different functions which are supported in this class or which are provided by this class, so I can make use of dir, and then in parentheses the name of a class, that is list. So you avoid all this double underscore, they are called dunder, and see here from here. So these are the functions which are provided in the list class and which can be used on the objects of any list. So append is there, clear the copy, count, extend, index, insert, pop. So you can insert into the list, it means that your list is modifiable. You can pop from your list, you can remove from your list, so your list can be modified. So this is the one way of declaring the list or initializing the list this way. And then you can also write something like this: L equals to list. So here L is the object of a list class. So this way also you can initialize the list. Then whatever value you want to put in, you can put into the list. And there is one more way of initializing data structures in Python, which is called comprehension. So we have list comprehension. So for example, if I say L2 equals to, in square bracket, I say I, and for I in range 1 to the 6. If I see the content of L2, so I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for this range, I will get one value, and then with each of the value of I, this L2 will be initialized. Okay. So for example, if I want to initialize my object L2 with many values, so I can say something like this. So when I say L2, so L2 is a list which is initialized with 100 values. Likewise, I can have some more combinations. For example, I want square of I, not simply I. So now you got square of this numbers from 1 to 100. So square of 1 is 1, square of 2 is 4, and then 9, then 16, and so on up to square of 100. So this way you can make up a list or initialize a list. This is called list comprehension. This way of declaring a list is called list comprehension. So you can declare a list like this, you can declare a dictionary like this, you can declare a tuple like this. So all different data structures can be declared or initialized in Python by using something called as comprehension. So this is a very handy way of initializing a data structure. Then we have another data structure called tuple. So what is done in tuple? To initialize a tuple object, to initialize a list object, we make use of a square bracket, and to initialize a tuple object, we make use of a parenthesis. So parenthesis 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So if I see the content of T, so it is 1 to 5. The major difference between list and tuple is that a list is um, mutable and tuple is immutable. It simply means that your tuple cannot be modified. Okay. So once I have this into my tuple, I cannot modify this tuple. I cannot add into this tuple. I cannot remove from the tuple. So let's see what are the different functions which are supported by a tuple class. So if you see, you have only two functions, count and index, nothing else. So tuple has got its own application, and it can be of any type. I mean to say, it can contain the data of any type, but you need to remember that it is immutable, it cannot be changed. Then we have another type of data structure called set, as we have set in number system. So for example, s equals to, now to initialize a set, we make use of curly braces. So to initialize a list, we make use of square bracket. To initialize a tuple, we make use of parentheses, and to initialize a set, we make use of curly braces. So I can initialize the set with numerical values like 1, comma 2, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, comma 5, comma 6, comma 2, and so on. So what is the importance of a set is that now if I display this set object content, so I will be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is but natural that a set cannot have a repeated value or the duplicate values. So whatever duplicate values we are going to have into this set, all those duplicate values will be removed. And finally, a set is basically a sequence. So you get a sequence of numbers. Okay. So if I initialize the same set with say 122 comma 50, something like this, and if I display the content of s, so again, if you can see it carefully, 50 is before 125, though in the initialization 122, though in the initialization 122 was before 50. So it creates a sequence and all duplicate values are removed. Now set data object can be used to perform all the set operations, like you can make use of union, intersection, disjoint, join. So all these operations can be easily performed on the objects of a set. And let's see what are the different functions which can be used with a set class. Okay, so you have got all these functions. Add, you can add into a set. It means that it is mutable. Then you can clear the set, you can copy, you can find a difference between two sets, difference update, discard, intersection updates, is disjoin, is subset, union, update, and so on. So all these operations are supported for the set class. So you can make use of all these functions with the help, you can make use of all these functions along with the object of a set class. Then finally we have a data structure called dictionary. Now, what is dictionary? A dictionary is basically a collection of key value pair. So, the way we have a dictionary in the same line, we have implementation of that dictionary into Python, and here it is a collection of key value pair. So, I can define the dictionary again with the help of curly braces. But the difference between set and dictionary is that a dictionary is a key value pair. So every element is basically a pair, and into that pair, the first value is a key. For example, 1, and then the second value after colon it is specified, and that's a value of that key value pair. So, for example, this key value is a roll number, so roll number is 1, and then the name of a student is Rahul. Then you got roll number 2, and then suppose the name of the student is Ahmed, and then you got roll number 3, name of the student is suppose Sachin. So this way you can initialize a dictionary. If I want to display the content of a dictionary, I can simply write D. If I want a specific keys value, so I can specify in a square bracket, I can specify a key value, for example 2. So I will be getting the value associated with the key 2. So that is Ahmed. And if I want all the items of that dictionary, so I can make use of items function. So d dot items, it will return us all the items of that dictionary. So uh, your key can be of any type, your value can be of any type. So basically your key can be a string, and then your value can be a simple number or any combination as per your requirement. But only thing you need to remember that key cannot be repeated, or your key cannot be duplicated. For example, in a class there cannot be two students with the same roll number. So likewise is in any object of a dictionary, you cannot have multiple keys with the same value. Okay, so here you cannot have one more element with the same key value, either 1, 2, or 3. It is not supported. It is not permitted basically. So what are the different functions which are provided by this dictionary class? The name of the class is dict. So here you can see you have clear, copy, from keys, get items, keys, pop items at default update value. So you can update, it means that it is mutable. It is not immutable. It is changeable. It can be modified. So your dictionary is mutable. Your set is mutable. Your list is mutable. But your string and your tuple are immutable. So strings and tuples are immutable in Python. Thank you. Thank you very much.